wore solo outings and have not attended an event together for
They
some...
are holding on tightly to Meghan. Of course, she's not going to get a deal similar to the one she got with Prince Harry, but they will continue to work with...
They have been attending solo outings and have not attended an event together for some time.
Away from those divorce rumors, and the prince is calling out the media on it.
Oh, buckle up, because this one sounds like it's straight out of a royal soap opera that even Netflix wouldn't dare to script, as Meghan Markle. The Duchess of Drama herself might be about to trade in her prince for, wait for it, a billionaire from the Middle East. And according to the latest high society whispers, an Arab billionaire. The kind who owns yachts longer than Buckingham Palace and art collections worth small nations, has his eyes firmly set on Meghan Markle, and insiders are hinting that she isn't exactly saying no.
The royal family, they very grandly, himself and Meghan made a point of saying, we are never going to brief the media.
Now, before you roll your eyes and say, come on, that can't be real. Let's remember who we're talking about, Meghan. A woman who went from a mid-tier actress to a duchess to a global celebrity faster than most people can say rebrand, as ambition is her middle name. And if there's one thing Meghan Markle knows how to do, it's reinvent herself when the crown starts to feel a little too heavy. So how did we get here, from the fairy tale royal wedding watched by the world, to whispers that her heart might be turning toward billionaire power and prestige? Well, let's rewind the royal tape.
California right now, and you're here, and there's articles left and right about what is happening.
Ever since Harry and Meghan's golden exit from the royal family, the so-called freedom life hasn't exactly been the smooth Malibu dream they painted. As the $100 million Netflix deal turned out to be more trouble than triumph, Spotify pulled the plug on Meghan's podcast after one disappointing season, and that power couple image they worked so hard to maintain has been looking more like a PR struggle session than a success story.
Really hate each other now, and they cannot.
But just when things seemed to be cooling off, Meghan started reappearing not as the scorned Duchess, but as the solo star attending fashion events, luxury brand appearances, and glossy magazine shoots, the kind of things you'd expect from someone preparing to reintroduce herself to the world. And one of those glamorous outings might have changed everything, as according to several insider sources from the fashion circuit, Meghan recently attended an ultra-exclusive event in Dubai, a private charity gala packed with royalty, moguls, and billionaires, whose net worths are the stuff of legend. But what really got tongues wagging wasn't the cause or even Meghan's designer gown. It was who she spent most of the night talking to, a charismatic, ridiculously wealthy Arab billionaire known for his luxury resorts, private jets, and let's just say an interesting history with A-list women, described by one source as the kind of man who doesn't chase, he chooses, and that night reportedly he chose Meghan, with eyewitnesses claiming he was utterly captivated, whispering in her ear and holding her attention with that mix of charm and power only men with unlimited wealth can pull off. While Meghan glowed, laughed, leaned in, and rested her hand on his arm, and though she was technically there representing a women's empowerment initiative, the chemistry between them was enough to make the room buzz. Now, Harry wasn't there, and in fact, he hasn't attended many of Meghan's recent solo events, as he's been spotted in California looking noticeably subdued, distant, and increasingly unhappy, with sources close to the couple saying the strain between them has never been worse, as they live in the same house but in completely different worlds. And one insider told Page 6, Harry wants simplicity and family, Meghan wants the spotlight and status, and that's where the billionaire comes in. With reports suggesting that after the Dubai event, communication between Meghan and this mystery man didn't stop, including private calls, late night conversations, and discreet meetups in Europe, all being whispered about in the tight-lipped corridors of Hollywood and high society. And one insider claimed the billionaire has been lavishing her with attention and offers, including a private jet trip to his sprawling estate in Abu Dhabi, though Meghan's camp denies any romantic involvement, calling it networking, the same word used to describe her earliest Hollywood connections. and people close to Harry have reportedly warned him that something isn't right. Saying Meghan's energy has shifted, she's dressing differently, talking about new beginnings, and spending hours on the phone with her team discussing independent projects, with a friend telling Page 6 he's terrified she's pulling away. It's like she's already moved on emotionally, even if she hasn't done it publicly yet. And since the coronation, it's understandable. Harry would be worried, having experienced emotional whiplash from walking away from his family, losing the stability of royal life, and watching the public turn against them, and now facing rumors that his wife might be entertaining a billionaire suitor. While for Meghan, this could be more than just a fling or a rumor. It could be her next big power move, as a high-profile connection to an Arab billionaire with global influence, endless money, and no royal restrictions could give her everything she's been craving. Luxury, freedom, relevance, and pure, unfiltered power. The ultimate prize for someone who's built her brand on self-determination and reinvention. And meanwhile, back in Montecito, Harry is reportedly spiraling, trying to reconnect with his family. Something Meghan isn't thrilled about, as when King Charles extended a quiet invitation for Harry to visit Balmoral alone, Meghan was visibly upset, seeing it as a trap to get Harry back under royal control. Yet Harry wanted to go anyway, feeling like he's losing everything, having given up his home, family, and country for Meghan. Now, terrified he's about to lose her too. And if rumors are true that Meghan is considering walking away from their marriage for the allure of a billionaire lifestyle, Harry's nightmare might be coming true. Because if Meghan makes that move, it won't just be the end of a royal romance. It'll be the final act of a story that started with a fairy tale wedding and ended in global scandal. And the craziest part is that some insiders say the billionaire is ready to fight for her publicly if he has to, being smitten and believing she's misunderstood, mistreated, and magnificent, telling people he'd give her the life she truly deserves. And whether Meghan actually takes that offer is where the real drama lies. Because if there's one thing we've learned about Meghan Markle, it's that she doesn't move until she's sure she'll land on her feet, preferably in designer heels. And as whispers grow louder that she's ready to step out of Harry's shadow for good. The question isn't if she'll do it, it's when.
This is when a family and a family business.
Darling, this thing is starting to boil, as what began as harmless networking has turned into the kind of scandalous rumor that even Meghan's crisis PR team can't spin fast enough. And it's no longer just gossip behind velvet ropes, with headlines dripping with suspicion, paparazzi lenses aimed tighter than ever, and Harry reportedly losing his grip, while word on the street, or rather in the marble corridors of Beverly Hills and Montecito, is that the Arab billionaire has turned up the heat with private jet invitations, diamond-studded gifts, and personal notes written in calligraphy, promising Meg and the world and more, telling close associates she is the most captivating woman he's ever met. And you don't say that lightly when your circle includes supermodels and actual royalty. But Meghan, with her blend of Hollywood polish and royal scandal, seems far from shutting him down, as sources say she's been taking these calls in hushed tones, slipping away under the guise of Zoom meetings, and looking radiant afterward, with one friend noting she's glowing in a way she hasn't in years, while Harry reportedly spirals, drinking more, spending long nights alone in the garden, and calling old royal contacts, even reaching out to Prince William's circle for advice. The same man who once torched bridges with his family, now allegedly crawling back as he feels his marriage slipping away. A tragic and poetic scenario, as tension between them has reached a breaking point, with friends saying their once luxurious Montecito home feels like two separate worlds. Meghan focused on her next moves: solo projects, rebranding, and an expanding network of wealthy admirers, while Harry tries to reconnect with his military roots, family, and UK causes, growing into completely different people, and things take a jaw-dropping turn as the Arab billionaire, let's call him Mr. X, reportedly made a public appearance at a high-end charity gala in Monaco, where asked directly about Meghan, he smiled and said, "Some women deserve a kingdom of their own," triggering a meltdown, with Harry already rattled by rumors, said to have confronted Meghan the moment she returned from a business dinner in Los Angeles, and neighbors reported raised voices slamming doors, and what sounded like someone crying, while sources close to the couple later claimed Meghan accused Harry of being paranoid, trying to control her, while Harry shot back that she was humiliating him in front of the entire world. And just like that, the royal fairy tale turned into a tabloid nightmare, with one insider summing it up perfectly. Harry still loves her. The saddest part being that he's trying to hold on to something already slipping away, while Meghan is in a different orbit, planting seeds of independence through her solo appearances at fashion events, teasing new projects with high-end designers and luxury brands, emphasizing Meghan the individual instead of Harry and Meghan the couple, clearly preparing for her next chapter, and always knowing how to move on when the timing feels right. Though the public is starting to notice and the backlash is brewing, with social media flooded with comments like, "So she traded the palace for a paycheck, and now she's trading the paycheck for a penthouse." While Harry, who thought he found his forever love, is watching the narrative flip, as Meghan is painted the ultimate heartbreaker who walked away from everything and everyone who ever tried to hold her down, with her team spinning the story through anonymous sources claiming she and Harry are stronger than ever, laser-focused on family and philanthropic work, conveniently omitting that Harry spends nights away, and Meghan networks at events where he is absent. Meanwhile, the royal family watches with popcorn in hand, with palace insiders saying King Charles is not surprised, and senior royals privately remarking that Harry is finally learning what they warned him about. A brutal but classic royal karma twist, as Harry, who once accused his family of emotional neglect, manipulation, and betrayal, is now being emotionally outmaneuvered by someone who learned from him, and if Meghan truly cuts ties, she'll do it in a polished, perfect way with statements about personal growth, glossy interviews about respect and co-parenting, and photo shoots looking effortlessly serene in tailored suits while the world burns. Because Meghan doesn't squash. Rye over endings, she turns them into brand opportunities. And here's the twist no one saw coming. Mr. X, the billionaire, isn't just a romantic distraction, as he's reportedly offered Meghan a production partnership worth tens of millions under the guise of promoting women's empowerment and global storytelling. A business deal that could rival or even surpass her Netflix and Spotify ventures, which may be the real reason behind this saga, as whether or not she leaves Harry, Meghan is making moves and ensuring the world watches every glittering, headline-grabbing step. And while the story may read like betrayal, to Meghan it's just another transformation, another chapter in her reinvention, another rise from the ashes she ignited herself. But for Harry, it's heartbreak pure and simple, realizing for the first time since walking away from the palace gates that Meghan doesn't need him anymore. And when a woman like Meghan Markle stops needing you, she's already halfway out the door. So as the world waits for the next big announcement, one thing is certain: this isn't just another rumor. It's the beginning of the end for the fairy tale that once had the world believing in modern royalty. But this time, the crown isn't the prize. The empire is, and Meghan Markle is already building it, with or without the prince by her side.